Hello, everyone. Coming up here on the Pro Wrestling Show presents the SmackDown Ring Report. We talk about the SmackDown before Clash of the Castle. What SmackDown we have for you? Here's the rundown. Undisputed WWE Champion Cody Rhodes prepares to go face to face with AJ Styles before their Clash of the Castle showdown before their historic I Quit match. We'll give you statistics. AJ hasn't been. This is not AJ's first rodeo as a when it comes to I Quit matches. We'll get to that coming up. Also, too, we get to this in the main event. Kevin Owens takes on Soul Sikoa one-on-one with the bloodline barred from ringside. We know that general manager Nick Aldis made it perfectly clear to to the bloodline that they won't be involved in no festivities tonight. We'll get to that coming up as well. Also, too, DIY will be guesses on the Grayson Waller effect. What they're going to say. Will this lead to their tag team championship down the road? We'll see coming up and how this is going to go down eventually. Also, too, Nia Jax looks to get her hands on Michin. Nia Jax and Michin coming up, as well as Naomi and Chelsea Green kicks off Clash at the Castle for the SmackDown brand coming up. It's coming up right now here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host, as always, Kendra Dix here. Glad you can join us on the Pro Wrestling Show on the live edition. We just got Clash of the Castle coming up this tomorrow, but we had the SmackDown Ring Point. We thank you for watching. Join in the conversation using the hashtag Pro Wrestling here on Connect. And don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe is caring. Tell a friend, call a friend, hit that subscribe button so you won't miss a thing. All right, let's get started with this. Naomi, who wants to feel the glow, and Naomi will be feeling the glow soon. She went against Piper Niven. I think Piper Niven wanted to get some revenge on Naomi. Naomi started off strong with Piper Niven, with Chelsea Green. As we know, Chelsea Green will be taking on Chelsea Green tag team partner Piper Niven will be taking on Bayley for the Bayley's Women's Championship that will be on the line. Bayley's women's title, but Naomi picked up the win unexpectedly and pinned Chelsea Green. Bayley getting some momentum and on her way to probably defend her championship tomorrow night at Clash of the Castle. Don't forget, we'll have Clash of the Castle predict the outcome tomorrow morning. So look for that. Drops tomorrow morning. So look for that coming your way soon. So you'll see. But Bayley helping Naomi with the win. I think Bayley and Naomi make a great tandem. They one day could go for the women's tag team championships. If that's the possibility and stuff, we'll see for Bayley and Naomi. Good showing for them. Well, speaking of that, we had this DIY. They about to come on and be guesses on Grayson Waller effect. Grayson Waller hosting DIY. They've been in competition compared to Mo as of late. Grayson Waller and Austin Theory have not been on the same page, but things like that can happen in an instance. I think what they're trying to do is trying to learn from each other's I guess mistakes and stuff. But Grayson trying to figure out what he's trying to do and how he's trying to get by, and Grayson DIY trying to point out the signs to say Grayson hasn't been a good tag team partner for you, Austin. And John Gargaro tried to step in and said, "You're building this. I know you're building this. You have potential to leave him. He's using you. He's using you for his own purpose and stuff." And that's what John Gargaro's basically trying to tell Grayson, tell Austin Theory, hey, Grayson Waller is nothing but a leash, nothing to leash around, leash upon you to get what he wants and get absolutely the things that he needs to get over on you and stuff. So we'll see how this is going to play out eventually and how this is going to go and stuff. So hey, preserved as evidence for A22. So Austin, speaking of Austin, a former United States champion to a current U.S. champion, we see that Logan Paul has an unexpected guest, unexpected visitor. That's the name of LA Knight. LA Knight decided that he's gonna come and crash his Logan party. He did so tonight, crashing Logan party to Logan and stuff, getting Logan visibly upset. And Logan Paul don't get visibly upset like that, but you know, Logan Paul want to know how LA Knight got to his pool and got to the pool that he's doing. LA Knight did not like that one bit. Well, Logan Paul, he felt like LA Knight is intruding in his territory and stuff. So we could possibly see that being the case and know that how that's gonna go eventually for LA Knight. This is gonna lead to a match at SummerSlam. You can tell by the nature of this that SummerSlam ain't gonna get too far from now, but we're gonna see that match at SummerSlam eventually. Well, we get to this. Speaking of championship matches, AJ Styles set to challenge Cody Rhodes tomorrow for Clash at the Castle for the undisputed WWE Championship, but AJ did not want to waste no time soon whatsoever. We saw that, and we saw that how there's going to be and stuff. But as we can tell, AJ Styles trying to get in Cody Rhodes' head and telling Cody that, hey, you failed in New Japan, you quit in New Japan, you quit WWE, you quit Impact, you quit the company that you started, and what you think you're gonna make you be a quitter and stuff. I mean, that kind of made sense when you think about it. AJ's trying to get in the head of Cody Rhodes, and AJ Styles knows a thing or two. He's a master of getting folks in his head. And then AJ Styles sending that message that he wants to be the undisputed champion. AJ Styles, we'll get to a little bit later that a lot of people were saying TNA, and since WWE's doing this Impact relationship with him, AJ Styles had provided some insight that what's going on with TNA and how that's going to put him in the picture in the mold and stuff. But we'll see. But only thing we know right now, AJ Styles send a message tomorrow that he will be the next WWE champion. Cody Rhodes begged to differ, and Cody Rhodes thinks he's going to be the one to win. So we'll see how this is going to go, how this is going to be moving forward. Also, too, um, Santos Escobar was in action against Apollo Crews. Santos Escobar cheated to beat Apollo Crews. Santos Escobar making it clear that he may one day probably be in the Money in the Bank ladder match to clear himself. So we might see Santos could clear himself, beating himself up and stuff. So we'll see how that's going to go and stuff with Santos. Well, we know that also speaking of Santos, what's going on? I think Baron Corbin trying to get involved in the mix, and Baron Corbin trying to get himself into the picture of what he's trying to do and what he's trying to be. Baron Corbin may play a key role from being a bad guy to a good guy. Let's see how that's going to do, and let's see how that's going to work for Baron Corbin. So we'll see how Baron Corbin is going to do eventually for Baron Corbin. Well, we know this that Piper Niven sending a direct message to Bayley that she wants to be the women's champion. Piper coming out of nowhere, ambushing Bayley, sending Bayley outside the ring. I think Bayley Didn't see it coming, but I think Bailey might have to prove herself tonight, tomorrow night in her match. So we'll see how that's gonna go down. But eventually you can tell that Piper Niven is sending that message that she wants to be the women's champion, and you got Chelsea Green in her corner. Speaking of the women's championship, we know Nia Jax will get a chance to wrestle for the women's championship at SummerSlam, but Nia Jax made quick, easy work tonight over Meek Shin, beating up Meek Shin. And I kind of knew it was just a squash match for Meek Shin. Meek Shin really didn't have no chance whatsoever. Meek Shin just was a filler for Nia, who will be challenging whoever wins the women's championship. Nia will challenge them at SummerSlam coming up. Nia Jax sending the message that she's looking dominant to become the next women's champion, one way or another. You can tell Nia Jax's dominance could play a factor at SummerSlam, and Bayley better watch her back. Whoever um, is a women's champion, if it is Bayley by SummerSlam, we'll see how this is going to go. Speaking of that, speaking of SummerSlam, we know that I forgot the NXT girls, Issa and Laya Dunn, they're got interviewed, and they're going to be coming up for SummerSlam, and we know that SummerSlam will be the biggest part of the summer. They want to win the women's tag team championship. And the only way to do so is to win the you know what, it's the tag team championship. We'll see. However, that's going to be coming up at SummerSlam. For them, for tomorrow, they got a big challenge with Bianca Belair, Zoe Starks, and Shayna Baszler. Shayna Baszler being a lot of pay-per-view, a lot of PPIs, so we'll see. Well, speaking of that, Carmelo Hayes said he doesn't miss his shot. Carmelo saying that he declares himself into the Money in the Bank ladder match. Carmelo Hayes wants to be the next Mr. Money in the Bank. He did so like they did with Jay Uso, declaring himself into the Money in the Bank. To try to get yourself an opportunity of win. If you win the briefcase, you win the championship. We know one thing we can tell you this: Damian Priest knows a whole lot about Money in the Bank. He did so at WrestleMania when he cashed in his briefcase over Drew McIntyre, who won the world championship from Seth Rollins. And now they two will have a match at Clash of the Castle. But we'll get to the press conference a little bit later on in the show. But we can probably see that being that as a way. Well, General Manager Nick Aldis told the Bloodline they don't need to be around for this main event between Solo and Kevin Owens. You know, Solo and Kevin Owens both hate each other real bad. And the general manager laid down the law and laid down the decree that Solo and Nick all Solo and the Solo's gonna go solo, and Tama Tonga and Tymon will be not near the ring. So they made it clear like that and stuff. So you can tell what's gonna happen. But we got a good preview on what we're now, even to the point that Solo told Paul Heyman that if he don't win this match, he's gonna attack him and take him out of his misery. So Paul Heyman did everything he could to help Solo and Nick Solo over Kevin Owens, even to the effect of what happened and stuff. So we saw that earlier. Even to the fact that Randy Orton returned, Randy Orton returning back, and Randy Orton providing the assist of helping Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens didn't win the match, but Solo won the match with the help of his allegiance and stuff. All right, that ends the SmackDown ring report. Let's move forward to Wrestling Hot Topics. On Wrestling Hot Topics, we want to break down what's going on. We've been hearing reports about The Rock, the great one. The Rock making reports that WrestleMania 41 could be him versus Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship. The Rock in phenomenal shape, even trying to film a movie. The Rock trying to build towards the movie that he has going. So Rock teased that out there that he could probably take the championship away from Cody Rhodes. We could probably see that being the way. We'll see how this is going to go. Well, we also hear reports that Jeff Hardy may be coming to Impact. He may have debuted for TNA just to boost him up because we know Matt Hardy and is in a championship match. Now Matt Hardy getting himself ready. We don't know yet, but if we do, we'll let you know throughout the predicted outcome for the predicted outcome review show. Indeed, Jeff Hardy did make his debut in Impact and stuff. Well, Drew McIntyre is the hometown boy. He's getting the key to the city, the proclamation. Drew McIntyre getting himself ready for the World Championship. This could just be an indication of Drew McIntyre holding up the gold and Drew McIntyre with the new world belt in the Clash of the Castle, Scotland. That could be the intake, and we could see that being their way, heading our way. So we see that could be Drew McIntyre getting the key to the city. Even Drew participated in the the Clash of the Castle press conference. Drew getting himself ready for his match against Damian Priest. It was just that face to face. So Drew getting himself ready. Even appearing in ICW. I remember ICW, his hometown promotion, getting himself ready. I think Drew's getting himself real ready for Clash at the Castle. And we'll predict the outcome tomorrow morning. Drop here on the Pro Wrestling Show. Predict the outcome special. And we'll let you know if I believe Drew McIntyre will leave out with the world title or maybe an outside interference. You never know. Well, we'll tell you this. We know that Hikuleo, WWE has done a trademark naming Hikuleo Taller Tonga. Man, that man is tall, 6'7". Now they said Vince McMahon didn't like that word 6'7". He liked it 6'8". Man, it's the same thing. He's a giant. Don't matter. But whose side he's gonna be on. We just have to wait and see. But I'm looking forward to seeing it being that way. And Hikuleo and stuff. John Cena will host Shark Week coming up in Sunday, July 7th. I don't know what John Cena's gonna be doing, but he's gonna be hosting Discovery Channel Shark Week and giving John Cena all this money. Why they couldn't do something, take that money to the NBA? Never know. But that'll be another day for another day. Well, we tell you that Triple H was in the festivities for the Clash at the Castle, and Triple H with Michael Cole and all of them hosting the Clash with the Castle. Even to the point that AJ Styles saying that he guarantees he's going to win the WWE Championship. We'll see if AJ Styles believes so. But there was a lot going on in wrestling. Even to the point that Jade Cargill saying she lost her bags while in Scotland. So Jade Cargill, I mean, she got the money, just go and buy a new bag. But hey, we're traveling and stuff. Even to the point that Undertaker's at home resting. Right there. Undertaker resting at home, resting his laurels and stuff. All right. We're gonna do this here on the Pro Wrestling Show. We're gonna leave you with Cody Rhodes confronting AJ Styles before that big championship match, not quit match tomorrow, the Clash of the Castle. So, for me being Kendra Dix saying so long, thank you for watching the Pro Wrestling Show. We'll see you in the morning for the predicted outcome for Clash at the Castle. I'll see you then. See you then, right now, here, Pro Wrestling Show.